beach is an asset and a gift, but it can also be a great torment of nature, depending on how you deal with it. If only our eyes could see it. If we could walk on this beach, you will walk straight to Brazil. My recent trip to Brazil showed me how much we have refused to take of God's gift to us. Brazil has over 1,000 kilometers of beachfronts like this, and it is a main sustainer for their national economy. All of the hotels in front of the beach are full at this time of the year. You know what the tourists come to eat? Akara for $5. I bought one, and I said to myself, we will take the benefit of this beach for our people, for the economy, for the safety, and for the prosperity of Lagos.
Going down memory lane precisely in the year 2003, Lagosians, particularly residents and workers around Victoria Island and its environs, would not forget in a hurry the erosion and floods that ravaged a good part of Victoria Island, with a very serious threat to Ahmadu Bello Way, part of which had collapsed into the sea. Erosion of the beach resulted in acute disruption of traffic flow, flooding, and the destruction of properties along the road. Since the early 1950s until date, an amount in excess of 37.5 billion naira had been spent in regular sand replenishment to restore the beach, but this has not produced a permanent solution to the challenge.
Back in 2004-2005, we had major problem on Ahmadu Bello Way, whereby the Atlantic took away the road itself and started eating away on the properties on that axis. And what the government then did was to put a permanent solution to the coastal erosion problem along the axis called Bar Beach and Ahmadu Bello Way. On completion of that, the next and the more natural thing to do is to take that protection to another level. We took the protection to a level that will sustain the erosion problem and ocean surge problem that we had in that vicinity permanently. And what we then did was to look for a developer that was willing to take on the challenge of reclaiming lost land to the Atlantic. The land has been lost gradually from the early 90s till 2003-2004, when Lagos State government put that solution together to combat that problem. Then a company came forward called South Energix Nigeria Limited, who was at the time willing to take on the challenge of reclaiming the lost land to the Atlantic in that area and to develop the land into a real estate. And that was the birth of Eko Atlantic City.
The construction and overall concept of Eko Atlantic City was therefore born out of the quest and determination to reclaim land lost to coastal erosion since the 1950s, so as to provide a permanent solution. The project conceptualized to robust sea wall or a barrier along the newly reconstructed coastline. It would make the creation of a new city in the Atlantic possible. Turning of the sod of the new Eko Atlantic City was held on April 8, 2008, witnessed by important dignitaries like the former President of the United States of America, Bill Clinton, and President Goodluck Jonathan, amongst others.
Today, a liability that threatens the entire Victoria Island of Lagos has been arrested and is being converted to a great asset of prosperity.
I must confess that is most satisfying, feeling to be part of an idea and to see it move from conception to execution and now to implementation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Eko Atlantic City.
When completed, this Atlantic City will not only benefit the promoters of this project, but it will be an important addition to our nation's drive to promote tourism and good living. The project is a great example of partnership, where it brings private individuals and companies who have the knowledge and requisite expertise to transform land lost to erosion into a delightful ocean city. New cities are good. New cities are smart. New cities help to improve our thinking and our lives. It is in this regard that the federal government has given its full support to the construction of the Eko Atlantic City.
Although it is not finished, it is already a success story. The road that was lost to the sea is back and is now motorable. The buildings that were deserted are now occupied. Property values have been restored and multiplied, and more buildings are springing up in anticipation of the opportunities that lie ahead.
While reclamation work commenced on the 9th of June, it should be noted that significant development has continued to take place since then. The Eko Atlantic City and the Great Wall of Lagos, that is, the walls built to arrest any overflowing of the sea revetment which protects the new city, and low-lying Lagos are set to achieve two major environmental goals of reversing coastal erosion and relieving some of the pressure on land and resources in the Lagos metropolis. The Atlantic City is distinctive in its own right, as it will offer outstanding potential for residential growth, commercial activity, and recreation. It will also contain a variety of buildings for office space. It will equally target home for 250,000 people and a workplace to 150,000 others. So far, precast concrete paving blocks have been laid on the Eko Boulevard, stretching over 420 meters in length. At 8 centimeters thick, interlocking blocks being produced in the on-site factory are compliant with the highest international standards and designed to carry heavy load of traffic. Meanwhile, construction work is currently underway on 6 bridges. Bridge 1 on Avenue 1, directly west of Eko Boulevard, is the most advanced. All superstructure works are near completion, with the exception of Bridge Deck, the construction of which will commence soon. Again, with the arrival of the sheet piles for the first section of Eko Atlantic's waterway and the specialist rig required to drive the piles, driving of the first section of piles has commenced. Meanwhile, the sewage and storm drains for the city are a groundbreaking undertaking for Lagos State. Dredging is operational around the clock. This massive undertaking is being carried out with great care and efficiency to reclaim land. By the time the work is completed, they will have pumped 140 million tons of sand, or 95 million cubic meters. The city's centralized services are being built to world-class standards. Meanwhile, the construction of the Great Wall has gone a long way to protect the shoreline. Though uncompleted, its effect is currently obvious, as the highway is free of flooding. Like every good thing, the creation of the Great Wall did not come easy, as before the first of the giant concrete armored blocks for the Great Wall of Lagos was lowered into position, its ability to withstand the worst of the Atlantic tidal surges was put to the test. Data analysis by computer models showed that the Great Wall could withstand the worst expected storms for over 1,000 years. The wall is made from 100,000 concrete blocks, which are known as acropodes, weighing 5 tons each, which interlock loosely to form an effective barrier that dispels the force of the waves and provides the primary armored sea defense. Beneath the acropodes are various layers of rock that function as the secondary armor and the core. When completed, the Great Wall of Lagos will be over 8 kilometers. In the first quarter of 2013, the Great Wall of Lagos passed through the halfway construction stage at 3.5 kilometers in length and growing at the rate of about 6 meters a day. When completed, it will not only protect Eko Atlantic but the Victoria Island as well. Eko Atlantic City, as is designed, is to be a clean and eco-friendly urban infrastructure that will enhance Nigeria's position of leadership in the economy of West Africa. It will also set as an example of how the creation of a high standard of living can be combined with concerns for the environment, given the capacity of the project to earn many more carbon credits. Among the carbon credits area is an efficient electricity generation plant that will provide uninterrupted power supply, a central service system that will completely eliminate the need for generators, water tanks, and a septic tank. The new city will not be dependent on diesel and will not be plagued by waste from badly serviced tanks or from noise pollution. It will also boast a dedicated sewage treatment plant that will keep the city healthy and safe, as clean water will be pumped from the city's own treatment plants and distribution mains. Furthermore, a state-of-the-art communication system that will fuel businesses and personal network on a local and global level have been designed into the project. The Eko Atlantic City project is important for many reasons. Not only will it build Lagos' reputation as the land of aquatic splendor, it will serve as a tourist attraction. Moreover, the economic growth anticipated is also enormous, as thousands of people currently participate in the construction of the city, proposed to establish Lagos as a modern city, firmly on the world map. However, Eko Atlantic City is an embodiment of determination and resilience of the Nigerian spirit. It also represents the willingness and ability to diversify from oil as the primary source of wealth for the nation's economy, as it reflects what Nigeria as a country is truly capable of. Eko Atlantic City is a true beacon of what the world should expect from Nigeria and indeed the African continent.
The city is divided up into different zones. You know, you have the marina, you have the financial city, you have residential, you have commercial, you have mixed use. So depending on where your allocation is being given to you will determine what you can put there. So it's a world-class city, and Lagosians can be rest assured that they're getting nothing but the best. When that city is fully completed, there'll be no need to go to Dubai or London or New York anymore. Everything is within that city. It's a city that you live and work within.